Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are fighting 3 different wars over here. Ooh, Golden Okhotsk. Got another Gold Rush event. You know how this works. I'm going to go, it's mine, all mine. So like I said, we're fighting 3 different wars here. One in Kalat, one in Manchuria, and one in Alaska. Against the Athabasca people. So, there's the war with Kalat. I'm hoping this sorts itself out real fast. If we can go fast enough here, we can just... well, actually, no, because we're not... Excuse me? Bro, what are you doing? You gotta fight the war. You gotta fight the war. What's going on? There's the war with Manchuria. Army is just about to get there. Is there now. Beautiful. Enemy in default. Wonderful. So we won't be able to pass this territory to Afghanistan immediately, but we will be able to do so in the medium term. Alright, and then once we take this territory over, this will be good to go. Cambodia sides with Hunan. Ooh. But Hunan, hear me out. No. Can't take over yet another one of these warlord states entirely through, Ooh. Artistic expressions. Interesting. A popular Russian newsletter has released a statement by Georgy Orlov endorsing several poets known for their sympathies to the petite bourgeoisie's interests. The ideal of love and comradeship are present therein, but when one looks beyond the surface, one is faced with the precise conditions for such a thing, those things which foster the highest ideals and can be made manifest in one's daily life. The idols of Russian culture stand behind a reform, 7% enactment chance, or the loyal support of the petite bourgeoisie should be rewarded, 5% enactment chance, stronger petite bourgeoisie. I'm going to go with the second one, actually. It's only a difference of 2% enactment chance, and those guys are giving me a huge pile of bureaucracy. And I like that. Alright, now we're on the border with Macron, which is just fine. And there's the war in Athabasca. Wow, this, their war sport's going down really, really fast. But I should, yeah, because I'm, the Peasant Revolt suzerain, I can still, they can't capitulate until I capitulate, which means basically I'm going to win this. Alright. Sick leave. A lengthy speech by Georgy Orlov took a wild turn after consuming a tainted drink. With his incapacitation, the government has lost one of its most effective advocates for propertied women. A page was dispatched shortly after the speech began, and he arrived with a sandwich and the fateful drink. Everyone in the audience could see the long-winded speech become a battle to put down the revolting stomach. Indeed, had the speech stopped, the speaker's dignity would have ended with it. Had it not stopped then, people might have demanded an assassin's head. Wish him a speedy recovery, minus 15% enactment chance. 2% of armed forces pops become more loyalist. Virgiala gets food poisoning episode. Minus 5% interest group attraction. Or scour the vicinity for any assassins on the double. Minus 7% enactment chance. Georgy Orlov gets survived assassination? Gets wounded. Weird. I'm going to go with the second one, because I want to reduce my enactment chance by the lowest amount possible. Je ne colle unlocked. Oh, excellent. That's a better naval method. We'll boost up our naval bases. Kablamzo. An ironclad is spreading. That's wonderful. Excuse me? What is going on here? Did I get into this war somehow? Why is Sweden taking over chunks of Finland? Something dreadful has taken place over here. Alright, we're winning our war in Kalat. We're winning our war in Manchuria. Alright, Kalat Protectorate. Propose peace deal. Beautiful. Alright, so now, Pamir Declaration. Oh, interesting. I can propose the Amu-Darya line. Becomes owner of Makran and Baluchistan. There was Indus River line. Okay, so Bengal becomes owner of Afghan Kashmir. Interesting. I mean, I could just give them Tajikistan and Fergana again, and then they become the owners of Bakran and Baluchistan. That makes perfect sense to me. So I'm going to propose the Amu-Darya line. And then I don't want the Indus River line. Alright, and now I'm going to approve the current proposal. And if they have some sense, they'll say yes. And they know that I'll just give them this territory. Beautiful. Alright. Consolidated Afghanistan is completed. Alright, so... Excuse me? Why does Persia get these? Hold on. What the heck? And they're supposed to... Well, things are getting very silly over here, I tell you what. What? Ah, I see. Okay, I don't know what happened over here. I feel like I kind of got blindsided by that. Because there's not... Well, anyway, I'll just need to take that territory back. Alliance with Austria? You know what? Sure. Alright. Police brutality in North Caucasus. The use of extreme force is becoming increasingly common among police officers in North Caucasus. The working class and the socially conscious are rallying against the police as an institution. Scarcely a week goes by without their committing some offense which disgusts everybody but the magistrates. Boys are bruised by their ferocity, women insulted by their ruffianism. And that which brutality has done, perjury denies, and magisterial stupidity suffers to go unpunished. Police brutality is becoming one of our most venerated institutions. We cannot tolerate this behavior. This ticks down law enforcement investment by 1, makes the rural folk and intelligentsia happy, or the use of force is warranted. This creates some radicals and makes the armed forces and petite bourgeoisie happy. I'm going to go with the second one, because of the tsars and everything. A Foreign Manifesto. The recently translated works of Etienne de la Traze have become popular within the movement to enact cultural exclusion. The relationship has developed to the point of Etienne de la Traze openly endorsing the movement. And for a whole large class, there is no other road, especially for a nation so eminently practical as the Russian. The great thing is to get the working class to move as a class, that once obtained, they will soon find the right direction, and all who resist will be left out in the cold with small sects of their own. Our struggle is an international one, extra movement support, or foreign interference ought to be punished. I'm going to do foreign interference ought to be punished. This weakens the movement, makes them more radical. Then finally, an absolutist ideal. Within the gentry assembly, Prussia is being increasingly hailed as an example of absolutist rule exercised properly, within your cult of reverence forming around its king, Oscar von Hohenzollern. While the few of the club's members, if any, would want the Prussian king himself to rule from St. Petersburg under the present circumstances, they found in him a source of inspiration, a model for what Russia could have been, had only fate willed it differently. We shall pay close attention to these developments. Mr. Simmons joins the Russian-Prussian Fellowship, or they've nothing to learn from this North German brute. I'm going to do the first one. Let them join. All right, so this situation is not good. Conquest 8.7 for Oulu. 10.7 for Ostrobithnia. And 32.5 for Urusima. It's going to goof up our influence, but we've got to do it. I don't know. Something happened here that's wonky, but Scandinavia, you can't just steal territory from me, or from my puppet states. So who are your allies? You have defensive pacts with Belgium, Egypt, and Prussia. Can I fight Prussia? Frickin' absolutely. If you liberate country... No. Can't do that. Conquer state. And we will throw in... Ostrobothnia. We'll get all the lads together. And so, we got one army on their way over here. So everyone else is going to have to go over here. Prussia is almost assuredly going to get in on this. It's fine if they do. We'll just have to fight them as well. Once the time comes, of course. I'm going to put a save in here. Just a quick one. Because I think we might be heading for some manner of crash. The game's been running pretty alright this whole time. But I didn't hear a sound I expected to hear over here with this. And not exactly pleased about that. So we're here in the, Prussia sides of Scandinavia. That's fine. Armies can, of course, visit that territory. Austria. Ooh, and France would get in on this. Now Austria... So we have to call ally. Beautiful. And France. France would not align at this point. But that's okay, we got Austria. I am extremely confident in our ability to win this war. Ooh, and we progressed to consideration. Wonderful. Belgium sides of Scandinavia, Egypt sides of Scandinavia, neither of those really concerns me all that much. Again, we keep having a 10th Russian army appear. I don't need it. I don't need a 10th army. I don't know why we're having such a hard time keeping our front with in Alaska sorted out, but that's okay. This army, or this fleet, can go to the Danish Belts to raid Prussian shipping. And there's dynamite unlocked, which is wonderful. That means we can get our munitions plants over to a new production method that's going to make them more effective. Explosives factories, we can put those on the vacuum evaporation process. And then we can move our mines over to BAMs. And that makes explosives very expensive, which is fine. Where have we got explosives factories? So North Caucasus, Krasnoyarsk, and Yaroslavl. So where's Krasnoyarsk? You know what? Fine. We're going to build some up in Tula. Oh, no, here's Yaroslavl. We'll build some here. 1, 2, 3. And then Tula gets a block of explosives factories as well. Let's see. I'm going to throw all of these in at the top. I'm going to finish out the wheat farms that are the most. And then I think after that, it's going to be reinforced concrete. And then we're going to throw in some more military technologies. We got to stay ahead on military. So let's see. We're in Tier 3 at the moment. So we'll grab military statistics. No. We'll grab hand crank. No. We're going to do hand crank machine gun first. I don't need concrete, reinforced concrete. I'll do reinforced concrete after, and then we'll circle back and get military statistics. And that should be fine. Looks like force comparisons are looking rock solid. 4th Army Corps can gold depleted in Amur. Goldfields depleted, we cannot just let them leave. And that means I've got more gold mine capacity. Which is good. Alright, Athabasca. Put colonization rights in there. That should sort itself out pretty soon. Finances are doing actually pretty alright, given everything. Force comparison on the Austrian front doesn't look too great, but shouldn't be that much of a problem. You know what? I'll grab the 4th Corps and we'll put them in Austria. Strategic objectives need to be Brandenburg and Scania. Wait. No, not Scania. Alright, Gold Rush. Gold has been discovered in Kolyma. It's mine, all mine. And then a campaign of banquets. Grigory Orlov's attendance at a bourgeois fundraising banquet in St. Petersburg has led to an uptick in funds promoting Propertied Women. As the organizer at the end of the table stood to give a toast to the clear wisdom of the reform, he could not help but think of how closely the sound of his fork on the glass represented a coin falling into a bank or a spent cartridge hitting the ground. Nourishment for the body and the budget. Some pop political strength. Extra political strength from wealth, 10% enactment chance, 10% enactment time. Or both, but Orlov gets the trait grifter. You know what? Why not make him a grifter? That's fine. Grift is part of politics. Alright. We're in Scandinavia. Obviously the Russian-Prussian fellowship is pretty salty right now. But Scandinavia stole my territory. Like, there's no other way to say it. I don't know how that was allowed to happen, but might have been a me mistake, to be honest. I don't feel like it was, but I really didn't notice that a war was happening over here, and it was weird. So, you know, I think anyway, if I can get Brandenburg, I can clear Prussia out of here, and that'll be just fine. Actually winning the great game at this point. And I'm feeling pretty pleased about that. If I can codify if I can get a Korean protectorate, well, getting a Korean protectorate's going to take a lot of time. We got armies just error handling themselves all over the place at this point. But that's okay. I'm going to try not to be too salty over the fact that I feel like I just kind of got goofed totally without justification. But, you know, the salinity is going to be moderate at this point. Ooh, law progressed to adoption. Wonderful. We're going to have propertied women any day now. This is really surprising me. I'm building and I'm doing okay financially at the same time. What is going on here? Explosives are still heckin' expensive, but we're in the process of building up those industries. And after that, it's another expansion of the everything in Wallachia, and once that's done, it'll all be peaches and gravy. I'm going to put that army over here and hope that nobody naval invades me. Ooh, actually, you can go over here. If I can get to this front fast, I might be able to sneak in and advance there without any kind of fears. I know that having a 90 force comparison on the front with Prussia seems excessive, but again, if I can get Prussia out of this, Scandinavia is just going to fold over like a cheap suit, so no, large army, you need to be on the main front. Small army, you can be down here. Because Scandinavia doesn't really have that much of an army to begin with. Excuse me, does Athabasca have war support? Okay, how did this happen? This is unbelievable. Alright, we're going to get 4th Corps in there. We need another general. This is going buck wild here, I tell you what. These are getting really silly, I tell you what. Alright, one army in the west. One army in the north. And hopefully we'll get all this stuff squared away and sorted out. Dissenters break ranks. To outside observers, the intelligentsia may appear firmly committed to the idea of propertied women, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now a clique of dissenters may have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. For how long have we stood together? How many times have we lent a willing hand your way? Yet our own concerns are left unanswered and our own desires unmet. If we shall not be heard here, then we shall be so elsewhere. Splitters, may the devil take them, minus 15% enactment chance. Intelligentsia much weaker. Loosen our purse strings, we can lure some of them back. This costs us money and reduces enactment chance, or offer them custodianship over a new draft. I'm actually going to offer them custodianship over a new draft. This gives us 5% enactment chance. It increases enactment time by 10%. It makes the intelligentsia a little weaker. It gives us 1 setback, but we've already got 2 successes. And this will increase our enactment chance to 42%. I think it's worth it. So I'm going to hit that button. And we're going to keep trying to win these wars against Prussia. I think Prussia will bail out of this thing reasonably soon, because I've got a lot of occupation in Prussia right now. Belgium bails out, and that's not a shocker. If I can get Orlieu, which I'm continuing to press towards, I should be able to achieve great success in the war place. Winning up there in the north. Winning on all fronts in Prussia. And again, eventually I will have an army in Athabasca, and then I'll be able to do everything I want to do over there. Egypt will probably leave before too long. I do have war support protection because they're trying to get West Karelia, which of course I'm not going to give up. Alright, and now you better be going, yes. Just making sure they're going to the right front. Alright, perfect. So we got all... Alright, everything's looking good. Success on all fronts. I'm losing war support by at a rate of 2 a week. Scandinavia at a rate of 3 a week. And Prussia's out of the war, so that means Scandinavia is basically toast at this stage. A monument to the Tsar. A statue of Tsar Alexander Romanov was commissioned and has been suggested to be displayed proudly in Volhynia. Romantic is how you would describe the look on the face of the statue when it smiles down on you, eyes that flicker in the opposite direction of the sun, though maybe you are just imagining it. A monument worthy of the Tsar, 3% prestige, pop symbol and to become more radical, or perhaps not everyone wishes to be reminded of the Tsar, gentry assembly salty. I'm going with the first one. I don't want the gentry assembly to be salty. Accidental good press for the Ottoman Empire. Private correspondence exchanged by members of the Anti-Ottoman Association have been published in pamphlets. The letters praise the Ottoman Empire, contrary to the intentions of the industrialists. Frustration brews at the gathering of all the Anti-Ottoman Association members. Many are quick to blame the industrialists for this mishap with a series of pamphlets distributed without their sanction. One member challenges the fervor of the group. Yes, this was not our intention, but this is not one minor setback in our grand undertaking. Good press to the Ottoman Empire is harmless. Anti-Ottoman Association gets a little salty. Relations improve. Or the industrialists should pull any remaining pamphlets. 5% of industrialist pops become more loyalist. I'm going to go with the second one. Shabamzo. How long are we in? We're almost done with the episode. But I want to get this war finished. I feel like we've had a nice long war megazode here. I think it's time to get it done. Also, hey, and there's Propertied Women finally. Beautiful. That's our petition completed. Revolt in a wad. With Great Britain on one side, but no ability to get there. Alright, now we're punching solidly against Scandinavia, which is just excellent. Egypt is bailed out of the war. Very good. I sure wish I could take Usima, but we'll deal with that later. I think after this, I don't want to just grant the states back to Finland, because this... Well, no, they're already Scandinavia, so this couldn't happen again, I don't think. Alright, that's our naval invasion. Alright, so they're going to take over this territory. And there is a fight happening here. Alright, enemies in full retreat. This is still a front. So this sorts itself. Battle starts. We win. And now we've got control of all of Athabasca. Alright. Sir, give me colonization rights. Alright, and now Scandinavia. We have all the territory. You know what, though? I'm gonna keep fighting. I don't feel any inclination to not fight. Let's throw some devastation in there. This is just me being a salty cat, friends. I really feel like I got goofed bad, and Scandinavia is gonna get devastated as a result. Most of the devastation is happening in states that I own, so it, that I'm going to own. So it only seems fair that there should be devastation all across the country. Great Britain's going after Dinka, which seems just silly. Alright, we do have some forces going to the secondary front. Good. Devastation is still going up in these occupied areas, so that's solid. We'll just mess up their economy a little bit longer. Perfect. And that's the middle of the year. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with these territories. It only seems natural to grant them to the Grand Duchy of Finland. But we'll see. In any case, that is all the time we got for tonight. I did a reinstall of the game, and so we haven't had any crashes since I did that. So I'm feeling pretty hopeful that the whole crash situation might be sorted, at least for the time being. And otherwise things are going good. So I'm feeling pretty confident that we had a nice little war against Scandinavia to grab the Finnish territory that we should have had. Perhaps we'll grab more territory from Scandinavia later. But for the moment, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I will see you on the other side.